We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for returns for you guys to smash that like button. And here we are with Bbby, Bed Bath & Beyond Inc. And the stock has done a complete transition from the dip area to the rip area yesterday. And today it's in the rip area again and holding support and strength here, creating that staircase effect that we talked about in yesterday's video. Now, it was not the only stock going up higher. The SPY went up higher as well. And our SPY bot sent out at 9:50 a.m. a bull indicator. And from that moment forward, call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to our SPY bot, our QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And as I always state, not financial advice, just my perspective and opinion alone. I personally believe volatility is here to stay, and having clarity and an edge over the charts makes all the difference. It doesn't have to be 42 vision, but I'm an advocate that every single investor, especially retail investors, should have an edge and clarity over their charts. Now, if you find value in what we share here and you want to join a community of members using these resources to maximize in either direction, check out the link down below in the description, and we look forward to having you join us. So BBBY here holding itself up above 750, struggling to stay above 820, but here it is above $8, and we need to talk about what's going on here within these charts with 42 vision and our inflow versus outflow indicator. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And as you see here popping up on the screen, these are some of the home runs I've managed to find this week alone. While it's not guaranteed to be this way every single time, we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity over the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the two stocks I mentioned this morning. Both of them gave jumps of 3 to 5%, 5 to 10% plus. And the home run of the day was Pixie here, PIXY. We caught this one in the pre-market under strength here on 42 vision. The inflows were sitting sideways and above the midpoint, continued going higher, continuing strength here on 42 vision, and within minutes, it hit a highest point of 30% plus, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So here we are with BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond Inc. continuing to try to push up higher, having a 2-day run, and it's trying to stay out of this channel here, right? Like it found support at the lower end of it, staying above it, and it's trying to break out from these levels. The highs from yesterday was 827. The highs today so far is 826. Continues to reject that area 3 times already in the last 2 days, but fighting to get above it to break out and try to reach $8.50 and $9 as we talked, right? Now, very interesting setup here. I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators and the inflow versus outflow, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, the QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives that edge within the volatility. And slots are now open. The link is down below once again in the description to the 42 vision indicator. So here we are with BBBY under a bull indicator, crossed those inflows, and it was actually pulling down towards the end of the day. You could see how the stock was just sitting sideways going into the pre-market, slightly crossed it here for a very short period of time on the 30-minute, quickly crossed back over it, and it started to run, right? So it dipped a little bit below the lows here of 770 after the big run in the first pullback, went a little bit lower than that to 750s, found support above 750 as I talked about. We want to see it stay above that. Most importantly, get back towards 8 and break through it. And here you have it. It slightly found support there, even though the outflows slightly briefly were taking over. And then the inflows crossed back up. Things went up stronger. No bear indicator in the process on the 30-minute. And this bull indicator has been holding strong since yesterday's inflows that crossed, guys. That's what we were watching, right? Now on the 15-minute, when you zoom into the chart on lower time frames, you could see within the volatility here how it actually stayed above, right? The 30-minute crossed, but the 15-minute didn't. It was pulling downwards, stayed above the midpoint, even after the bell started to bring up those inflows, and it had strength throughout the day so far. And it's closing here at higher levels than when it opened up at 760s. It's right now in the 819 range to 820s, and it's fighting to stay above $8, even though those outflows are starting to pick up here towards the second half of the day on the 15-minute. But bull indicator still stayed strong, and BBBY stock is creating that higher low, higher highs type of effect, trying to create a staircase effect here, especially if it keeps on testing resistance levels and breaking through them. And we definitely want to see this stay above the midpoint here on the 15-minute, showing that the inflows have more strength than the outflows, and same thing for the 30-minute chart. So I'm going to be watching these levels very carefully here as we continue to see a bull indicator here on the 30-minute. We want to stay above the midpoint. It's right now green. We do not want this to cross back down or cross the midpoint to the downside, because that would mean that the outflows are starting to dominate, and it could start to actually affect the chart, and this bull indicator could possibly get canceled out by a possible bear indicator. Okay, super important to watch that going into tomorrow. Now when you zoom out and you look at this from the 1 hour, you could see that bull indicator that popped up yesterday. The transition is still going from the dip area of weakness, white with red borders, all the way up towards dark green. We have not completed the transition just yet. The end of the transition would be bright green bars. Now, doesn't have to finish like that. It could actually start reversing from here, but just based off 42 vision, there's still room here if it continues to hold above the midpoint with the inflows and hold this bull indicator and not get canceled by a bear indicator. Now, we've just hit dark green bars. We want to see this break above the resistance of yesterday, 827, and get back up towards 860s, first 850 and then 860s, and then we can start talking about $9 and higher levels. Now, I'm going to share with you guys the levels I'm watching in either direction. The first thing is obviously yesterday's high, 827, 828, and then up here towards 850, 860s. We want to break above those two levels to the upside, and that these inflows continue to pull away from the midpoint here as they are above right now. We do not want to see them go down, and for this bull indicator to continue to hold true within the volatility and not get canceled by a bear indicator. Now, to the downside, I'm going to be watching 750. That's a key level of support we definitely want to stay above. If that gets broken through, the next level I'll be watching is down here at $7. And in between that, 720 could be used as a point of reference to keep things tight. And I'm going to be watching if these inflows get crossed down to the downside, meaning that the outflows are starting to dominate after crossing the midpoint, and if a bear indicator pops up in the process to cancel out this bear indicator as it goes down to retest those support levels if they get touched, right? Because right now we're in the middle of a complete transition on the 30-minute, but when we zoom out to the 4 hour, you could see that we're still going from white with red borders to red with green borders. No bull indicator just yet to cancel out this bear indicator, and the inflows just got crossed here, and we want to see them continue to pull upwards as they did previously back here on August 29th when they crossed, and it went from $10 all the way up to $15, right? Look at that move there of those inflows with strength. Now, not guaranteed to move exactly the same, but we do have something to go ahead and look at to see and measure what's going on in the chart. This is just the beginning of the upside. If it actually has strength, we need to see these inflows continue to pick up. And on the 1 hour, we're just now at dark green bars. Yes, we're under a bull indicator, and same thing here with the 30-minute, but a complete transition has happened. So are we going to break out to the upside? We'll need to break those resistance levels, stay above the midpoint, and if we're going to have any pullback, even if it's the setup before the next bull run, right? Not a whole entire pullback to retest the lows and hit newer lows. If not, hopefully something where it could find support and bounce again. The higher this goes, or the longer it stays higher, the more shorts that have been shorting at these lower levels could actually get squeezed out of their positions and could possibly start pushing things up higher. That's what everyone has been speculating on, and that's what everyone has been watching. So I'm going to be watching these inflows very carefully. If they stay above or if they cross to the downside, and if a bear indicator pops up here on the 30-minute and on the 1 hour and in the volatility, I'll be watching the same thing here as we're really close to the midpoint here. Even though it's red, we're above. We want to see this shift from red to green and pull upwards like it did here and like it did today, to not cross downwards, because that's when it can actually start to affect the overall chart, and we may even see a bear indicator like what happened here on September 6th, and it crossed to the downside, and look how quickly things started to pull down. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.